Welcome to Bacon is My Podcast. This is What's Your Bacon? What's Your Bacon is 7 questions. Our guests today, if Pop Goes Punk was a band,
Right.
and if that is the goal, our band today, Morning in May, is achieving that goal. They are originally from Cleveland, Ohio, which is my birthplace.
Yeah.
And now residing in Nashville. We have our new single, the cover of Chappell Roan's Pink Pony Club. It followed Laughter on Death Row, which is awesome. You got to check that out because it's a super fun visual video also. That video is killer. We're going to talk to them about that and everything else. Dude, what's up? How are we doing? What's happening? Where are you? Who are you? Let everybody know.
We are individuals. I don't know. We are half of Morning in May right now. The other half is probably safely and securely in their beds. But we are out here, as the kids say.
Nice.
It's a bird.
Slay, as the kids say.
Oh, that's the thing too. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to your creamy center.
Yes.
If you will, with these 7 questions.
We're gonna get spelunking into the cream of your Oreo.
Oh my goodness.
The center of the heart piece that is you.
We only ask the most high quality and important questions that you'll ever be asked by any press ever.
Artisanal.
Curated. Yeah.
Okay.
You know how like an artisanal pizza is just like an amoeba?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Do they put lettuce on it?
No, don't put lettuce on it.
Put greens.
Unicellular organism. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Food.
So we're gonna do that. So you boys ready?
Yeah, we're absolutely ready.
Cool.
Okay.
First off, give us for the people that are listening and not watching, give us your names and what you do so that they get a face or just a voice with the answers.
I am Jake. I am the vocalist, and this is Andrew, the drummer, the drummist.
What's up, guys?
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys are ready, we will start. What's your bacon?
I'm ready.
In 7 questions. Our question number 1. What? Oh, actually, question number 1. How many pillows, guys, is too many?
Ooh.
Okay. So, are we talking at home or are we talking on the road?
Well, on the road, yes. On the road, I mean, a rolled up hoodie.
So
a backpack full of clothes.
I would say at home, two pillows for use, and then 3 accent pillows is enough. That suffices. It's still decorum, but it's not too many. You don't need another like separate chest to put them in. And then on the road, I would say 3. So you have 2 in use, and then you have a barrier.
Yeah, so. I'm going hug pillow, and anything over 2 under your neck is insane.
Okay.
I agree. Anything over 2 under the neck is kind of weird.
Oh yeah.
You're like,
for sure.
How much reflux do you have? Like, chill out.
For
sure. Singer thing.
Stiff.
That's actually a very good question. We just got back from a tour probably 4 days ago, and Andrew and I get stuck together all the time. So in our hotels, I move around a lot. I don't know why. I wake up kind of like this a lot.
Yeah.
On him, he's like, dude. So I just have to typewriter. I wake up like 20 times a night, and I go, oh, sorry, I'm on you, I guess. And then I go back, and then
a lot of buddy, you're on my side.
Like,
you're on my side.
Buddy, hey, buddy. And I'm so nice when I sleep, and Andrew is not. He wakes up, he's like, oh my God, move. But he's nice when he wakes up, and I'm like, I'll punch you. And he's like, okay, no, I'm fine. It's fine.
I go, I'm up. I do a lot of lying. I do a lot of sleep lying.
He does a lot of sleep.
Oh, yeah.
He wakes up, and he goes, oh, no, I'm ready. I got my stuff together. I'm outside already. And he's not, obviously.
That's amazing.
I'm outside in the van already. What do you mean? I'm ready to go. I'm like, dude, you're in the shower sleeping right now.
Well, here's a safety tip that he actually taught me is that if you need extra pillows, you don't have to ask for extra pillows. Just say that you're allergic to down pillows.
Yes, and they'll bring
you a few more pillows.
Little hack.
And they'll usually a little more firm also because down pillows is like laying on the bed with like earmuffs on. So
then you can make your fort.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to queen size, twins, and full mattresses as well. So
yes.
Oh, good call. Good call. Very good call.
Yeah. I have a guitar player that has insomnia, so he doesn't move around when he sleeps. What he does is he stands over you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So you'll just wake up and he's standing there, and you're like, "What? What is happening right now?"
Andrew, fun fact Andrew has narcolepsy, so it's a bit of the opposite. He's
Oh,
sleeping
okay.
all of the time, always. It's bananas. It's so crazy. It's a medical condition.
Yeah. Crazy enough.
Wow.
So are you're never a driver then?
I'm good if I take my medication. If I don't,
Okay.
I'm out for like.
He's a close second, third
40.
for driving. He has to take his medication. If he doesn't, he's dead to the world. In the back, he ran out of medication, and we have to pick it up on the road.
Right.
So we timed it wrong, as you do.
Right.
And he was in the back sleeping for 24 hours or 48 hours. Sorry.
Yeah, 2 days.
Wow.
2 whole days he was out. I don't know if he got up to go to the bathroom or anything at any time, but we had a big drive and he was just out. So.
Wow.
We did a sleep study and a documentary while he was sleeping. It was pretty fun.
When you get up from 48 hours, if you have narcolepsy, are you rested or are you?
That's the problem with it. No, you're not really rested. I woke up in Colorado, I remember, and I took a drag off a cigarette and I almost passed out because I hadn't smoked in like 48 hours, you know? So I got lightheaded as hell. And I was like going to the bathroom and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no.
Well, the other thing too that you got to take into account is when you go to Colorado, like the altitude messes you up.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I'll land there, I'll be good for the first day, like whenever I land. As soon as I go to sleep and wake up, I'm so messed up. I feel like I'm hungover, even if I don't have anything to drink or anything like that. I feel so hungover, and it's wild.
That's wild. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah.
That actually probably added to it for sure. Good tip.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do here. All right, man.
Google.
All right, dudes.
Google.
Everything we say is 100% true. Also,
bacon. Google. Boogle.
That's right. Bacon. Boogle.
It's on the internet. It's got to be true.
Got to be true.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't question it. That would be silly.
Question number 2 for you guys.
Yeah.
Again, this is only highbrow, super highbrow press.
That's awesome. I'm 80% eyebrows, as you guys can see. So
what is the creepiest thing you could say to someone you just met?
You smell like the inside of my mom's purse. The creepiest thing you can say to somebody. That was just off the top.
That's a fantastic answer.
That's a really good answer. Like I feel like Andrew's gonna have a hard time.
The inside.
Yeah, you gotta beat that.
I would say
topping that.
Like, it's nice finally being this close to you. It's a pretty creepy thing to say.
That's a good one too. That's a good one too.
That's a real one, but also like it was like that's just off the top of my head. That's not even the best one.
Right.
Yeah, no. That's just shooting.
That was on the spot. I wish.
By the way, the inside of a purse has a distinct smell.
That's creepy on a different level too. Like I remember, like my first one was like you smell different when you're awake. You know, like
See, I've heard that a million times. I just wanted something a little better. You know?
But that was a lot better. That was good. I like that.
Yeah, I do like that one. But the purse does have a very distinct smell, and I can't pinpoint it.
I don't know if this is better, but "you can see me" is pretty good too. If somebody meets you and you're like, "Wait, you can see me," and then you disappear into the night. Yeah,
I like that. I like that one.
That reminds me of the movie Grandma's Boy when he was like in the corner.
Yeah.
How did he see me?
Yes,
dude, you can't raise your voice when the line's around.
Yes,
absolutely.
Oh my god. All right, we're going to use the randomizer 3000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The question randomizer 3000 to get with it.
All right, so for each of you, what's something that you are a snob about?
Oh,
go ahead.
Well, he's a drummer, so like we want to keep this around an hour show. So like, go ahead.
Oh, so we
never using a house kit.
We talk a lot all the time. So. Yeah, Andrew is a snob with it, and it's rightfully so. I wouldn't say he's a snob about it, but if anybody asks us to use their house kit or share drums one more time, I might freak out.
Yeah,
I don't know. In fact, I want $200 on top of our guarantee every time somebody asks that. Like, no, just bring your own kit. We're quick. We do it in 15 minutes. Everything's set up and ready to go. You should do it too.
My drummer's the same way. Like that's
Yeah.
and that's fair, man, because that's like I don't want someone telling me to use their house guitar.
And every single time it's ever happened, the last time we did it, somebody had glue or something. Like somebody had a moon gel. Oh. Hello?
We can move over here.
We can move. Hold on one second.
All right.
We had like
The lights went out.
He had his beater patch in one spot. And
so
moved
like
it.
this glue stuff melted to the kick drum, and it was just insane. So every time he kicked, there was no like recoil.
Okay.
What?
Oh, it's so dark. Hold on.
That's better.
This
Hey,
is what
you
the
guys-
road's like, guys.
You guys look mysterious. It's nice.
That's what we're going for.
Right? Yeah.
Mysterious is what we aim for. But I don't really know what I'm a snob about. You know what? Being on time, punctual, and doing what we need to do to get places. Because every time we get in, everybody asks if I'm okay, if I'm mad, if something's going on. But I'm like, no, we just have to get everything ready to go. I'm like, we have the riders need to be right. The stage plots need all set up. Everybody needs to be in communication, all that stuff. And then until all of that's done and we can sit down and everything's set up on stage and sound check, I'm not in a good mood.
We were literally just talking about that.
I was just talking about this with him.
Yep.
Because we had a gig last night and it was like the same thing. My band was like, yo, you okay? And I'm like, everybody's not here yet. Everything's not right yet. You can ask me in a little while when everything's taken care of, you know, like
when the merch is set up,
when our video people are here, when this is set up, when we have this. Yeah. Everything, I'm with you on that 100%.
Oh, the merch table. You're a little bit of a snob about.
Okay,
not really a snob, but
it's
OCD.
the merch.
it's the merch table.
We've had a lot of merch people and a lot of people try to help, and I'm just like, no, let me do it. Get out, go away, go somewhere else. Because they don't pack it right, they don't put it together right, and
yeah,
I don't know. I'm a big inventory guy.
Then you open it up and there's just
I sound like a nightmare.
Stickers are everywhere. Stickers and pins.
I sound like a managerial nightmare, but okay, it's fine.
I'll tell you what,
no,
both of us absolutely are like, yeah, we're there with you.
You're
us,
okay,
man.
And as far as like,
I feel seen right now.
And I do want to get back to the house kit thing.
Yeah.
There's literally only just one drummer I've ever worked with that is totally fine about it. And oh, dude, it's so wild. He's literally like the least amount of work he could do. He's totally in. He's like, you're gonna have a kit there for me? Cool. Thank you.
I say I don't care if it's the best. I don't care if they have a Sonar SQ2 and I'm playing a CB. Like, it's still your own kit you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
He always I always get I always get asked the question, like the booking agents and all that stuff. They're like, hey, this show needs this or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, just give us like a 4-hour block of time for Andrew to dial the kit in, because Andrew's also like OCD kind of deal. Like medically, like actually. And he has this weird like time lapse thing where he'll literally bend down to go like adjust something. He'll look up and literally like a couple hours goes by and he goes, oh, that's weird. The sun's out.
Yeah.
Like the sun's gone. You know?
It's happened many times.
And it's not like, it's almost not even a joke. He really is like that. We're like, hey, come on, let's go. We got to do this. And
I'll be like, help, let me know if time's passing on me.
We actually, if he's taking too long, because he has this like weird condition thing, we do a Dane Cook pay-per-view, which is just a very nice way of saying, let's go. We have to go. You're taking forever. Dane Cook pay-per-view.
Step Brothers,
That is awesome.
Nice. So you have a safe
really
word.
great.
Yeah, we have a safe word.
Yeah, we do.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I wish
need
I had
that, dude. You need that.
I need a safe word with my drummers.
Yeah.
They're just usually angry, except for Jeff. Like I said, Jeff's like, yeah, where do I have to be? Is there a drum kit there? Sweet. I don't have to bring anything. All right. Wait, can you program the drums for me?
Right.
Cool. Cool. All right. Great. Go ahead.
I'll just stand there.
Good. Let me learn it later. That's my unicorn, Jeff.
Yeah. Right.
It's my unicorn. Am I up?
You're up.
Oh,
question number 4.
Wow. Question randomizer 3000. Gentlemen, you're out on the road. I'm sure this is one of the safer things to eat on the road, unless you're a snob about it. But what is the perfect pizza order?
Perfect pizza?
Pizza order.
Yep.
Oh, pizza order.
Something that we have extra later, like a big pizza, so we can eat it later on.
Right.
Yeah. It's usually just pepperoni and cheese. It's the safest. Everybody eats it.
Yeah.
It's fine. And you can't be too picky. And nothing else like lasts long.
If you get peppers, it's soggy.
Yeah. If you eat it later, it's just peppers. I hate tomatoes, so I'm not the biggest pizza guy, but if it's just covered in cheese, it can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
You can keep
That's
cheese.
It just coagulates and stays together.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're not too adventurous with the toppings.
It's a good anagram for life
Well,
as well. Yeah.
Well, no. I appreciate that, and I did preface that with like you're on the road and stuff. But
yeah.
What is your perfect pizza order? Like what's the jam?
If it was up to me, I would have chicken, bacon, sausage,
I like
barbecue sauce, buffalo, extra cheese, and I would eat like maybe a slicer piece because that sounds like a lot.
Mine's just like a New York style, like an actual New York style, like just cheese or pepperoni. But it has to be like that good foldable pizza.
We got
some chain.
I don't know the name of the place, but we were deep in Chicago playing a show, and we got deep dish.
Lou Malnati's.
Lou Malnati's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
We're in New York, so we did a podcast with another podcaster that's in Chicago, and so he shipped us Lou Malnati's, and we shipped him some New York pizza.
Oh yeah,
so we could like both try it on the.
Nice.
New York takes the cake, though.
Absolutely, I agree, and I'm from the Midwest also. Like I was born in Ohio and like grew up in Indiana and stuff, so I've had Chicago all the time. But when I moved to New York, it was like, oh, this is okay. The hype's worth it. This is what this is what it's all about.
New Hampshire, so like I had like Boston, like
all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm from Cleveland. Hi. We don't have the best pizza, but we do have pizza. We actually there's a spot called Dina's that is it's the best wings I've had in the entire country. I don't care. Wings, best wings. I've been everywhere, and we always order wings. I'm usually on keto, and I can just eat like the chicken and whatever. So I get wings, and it's called Dina's Pizza and Pub. It's a place that we used to live by, and we'd go there all the time. But they have like the best wings, hands down, by far, I've ever had in my life.
Pizza Whirl in Cleveland, though, on West 25th is good. It's like coal-fired pizza, 3 minutes. It's delicious.
Dude, wings are my jam. Wings are absolutely my jam. So like, actually, it was funny. The last time we were in Cleveland, we recorded an episode, and we did it because our hotel was like right outside the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So we were trying to get the shot where we were like, cool, you could see it from our window. Yeah. And as soon as we hit end, I look at my phone, and our flight was canceled, and we had to fly home from Cleveland. But Cleveland treated us well.
Yeah, Cleveland's good. I used to live.
Cleveland's awesome. I love it.
I lived in the flats. It was like 3 minutes from the Rock
dude.
Hall.
I can't go to the Rock Hall. No.
Andrew can't go to the Rock Hall. I touched stuff.
I touched Keith Moon's kit when it was there.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I get it.
I was trying to Space Jam the power out of it. You know what I mean?
Stevie Nicks.
Oh, okay.
So a funny story just about like touching things you should definitely not touch from musicians. My brother worked in DC for a while at a hotel called the O Hotel, and it's this hotel that's set up where it looks like a thrift store, and then there's hidden rooms behind mirrors and behind false walls and all this kind of stuff, and rooms have different themes. So there's a John Lennon room with like
cool.
There's a guitar in there, and it's all white, and like Beatles music's playing and all this stuff, and so there's all these different things. And they'll get memorabilia sent to them to like case up and have like a glass case in the room with like memorabilia on. And while he was working there, they sent him that he opened up boxes, and it was a jacket from Prince.
Oh no.
And my brother is 6'2".
Oh no.
And like probably like around 205, you know, like he's a bigger dude, Joey. Yeah. And he sent me a picture of him, like just like fat guy, little coat.
Oh no!
In Prince's jacket. He was like, I had to put it on. He's like, it looks like wings on him. He's like, I can't move, but I'm in Prince's jacket. And I was like, take that off. Like, take it off.
Dude, he farleyed Prince Prince's coat. That's
He
wild.
did. Farley Prince coat. Yeah,
Coat.
exactly.
That's amazing, and I can see Joe doing that.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I can't go to the MoMA because I touched a Jackson Pollock.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
I touched water lilies, Monet.
Oh,
It's what
nice.
you need to do, because if everyone does that, it's ruined. But like,
It's
I can't
terrible.
help myself.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking at a Pollock. It's right in front of me, and it's all texture.
Yeah.
You know, like it's all like it's cut out of another thing, and there's like cigarette butts in it. It was just his style, and I just like I didn't even think about it, and I was just like, oh, and it was
I
like,
get it.
you have to
I
leave.
get it.
And I was like, damn it.
I totally get that, man.
That'll
Touch them
happen.
if you don't want them touched.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Put them behind glass.
Yeah,
They look so touchable.
they really do.
Yeah, yeah,
All right, we are at question number 5.
we are.
Question number 5. True or false, guys? Cereal is a soup.
I'm gonna say false because that's just stupid.
I don't like soup, so I'm gonna say no because I'm not a soup guy.
It's not soup. Soup is I would say vegetable or fruit based.
But oatmeal is kind of soupy. Like if you make it like real milk, like
Soupy as an adjective though. It's not
right,
soup.
right.
It's as soup would be.
but it is
So-
hot.
If we think though, milk
We
could be
propose this.
cream-based broth, right? We have a wheat or rice-based noodle.
You're not wrong, and there are cold soups. Like
And there are cold
soups.
soups.
They're not good, but
Yeah.
Gotcha.
cereal could be the good one.
I've had a good gazpacho before.
Oh,
A cinnamon
good for
sugar
you,
soup.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a cinnamon sugar soup. Yuck.
Hey,
You know, sweet and savory, it can happen.
you're kind of changing my mind, but I wouldn't call it that regularly.
Right. All right, that's fair.
No,
I'm not strong on any opinion. I just like to argue the opposite of whatever anybody
exactly.
says.
I usually have hard opinions on things, but I won't. I can't do it.
Yeah,
You can give me the evidence. It won't be.
I'm willing
It
to let
won't
that
be
one go.
soup. Yeah.
That's a very undiplomatic question answer from
Yeah.
like a singer.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
Because
that's-
usually we're like,
Singers
What-
with strong
what do you think?
opinions. Yeah.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you think, man?
Right.
yeah. Oh, I don't.
Well, he did say it was stupid first,
It's-
so let's
yeah.
not forget that.
That's true. That was a strong stance to
Well,
take.
I'm like, that's a stupid question. I don't know.
It
No.
is a stupid question.
I liked it. I liked it.
It is a stupid
Yeah.
question. But it's
There
a
are no
good
stupid questions.
I'm
only
just gonna-
stupid people.
Only stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
only stupid.
And we fit into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I
Question
like
number 6, I'm going to ask. What is your go-to jukebox pick?
it. Oh, dude, it's got to be something Creed or.
I was just gonna say Creed probably.
Nice.
We were with some. I don't know if I can mention anybody. I'm not gonna mention anybody. We have famous friends in the industry that we hang out with all the time, and one of them always, no matter what, he goes, "I just put 3 hours worth of Creed on."
Yeah.
He
There's
drops
not even
whatever
3
it is,
albums
50
worth of
bucks.
Creed. There is 3 albums. But like,
Yeah.
3 hours.
there's not 3 hours worth.
There's repeats in 3 hours
Oh,
of Creed.
Oh,
it's,
Oh,
For
yeah,
sure.
Dude, you got to repeat.
I've heard Arms Wide Open a couple times in a
Right.
session.
I was gonna say 3 hours of Creed is like 6
Yeah.
songs over and over.
Maybe we go pop. Like maybe we go. I hope you dance, Leanne Womack,
Leanne Womack
that's
has
good.
our hearts.
Jewel.
Yeah.
I would say
I don't know.
Michelle Branch.
Jules a good one. Wow.
Oh, Michelle Branch, she's great.
Yeah.
She's also gotten a little crazy in her old age.
Oh, that's totally fine.
I haven't
And
seen
that's totally cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's what you got to do.
You can't be. Yeah,
If
you
there's
can't
a
be crazy
time.
the whole time.
Yeah. There's
You're
a
allowed
time to be
lose at some
crazy.
point.
Yeah. Which
Gotta go for it.
but yeah, I'm all
She
about
has,
it.
she has nothing left to prove. She's fine. She can do whatever.
Agreed.
Yes, you're right.
Agreed.
You're right. Fair enough. All right, we're here at question number 7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
Already?
That's
We have
insane.
made it. Question number 7. So and after question number 7, we're going to get into actually what is actually your guys' bacon. So
Yeah.
for each of you, it'll be what is that thing that you could talk about for hours that no one ever asked you about. But for now, question number 7, I want to know, how do you feel about garden gnomes?
I like them. I like a garden T-Rex. I like a garden gnome.
Yeah.
I like when they're doing funny things, like they have a cigar in their mouth or something. Like I like that. Yeah.
I think I'm one of those people that they move. Like just the family I'm from, there's a lot of supernatural whatever. So they're alive. They're not, but the little childhood like memory thing. They move and they dance around. I should preface that with a story. Some of my relatives never let me go in their basement ever because they said they have little things that live down there, and I said, "Oh, definitely don't tell a kid that."
Yeah.
And they would like move stuff, and like whenever I'd look, they would mess with me. Also, I stayed at another relative's house, and they're like, "Oh, my cousin, their daughter was all grown up and she went to college," and they're like, I was probably like 10. They were like, "You can stay in her room," and I was like, "Cool." And they just have like porcelain dolls looking at the bed, like literally 60.
Thank you.
That was her bacon. She liked porcelain dolls.
That's wild.
And they were like, "You can go to bed to the Dark Crystal." I'm like, I don't know what this does, but
Jim Henson and a bunch of
nothing good.
Jim Henson and a bunch of porcelain dolls. Go to sleep.
That's nothing good.
I know you're 10, whatever. You can take it.
Sweet dreams.
It was also in the attic of their house.
Yeah.
So
I still run up the stairs after I shut the light off in the basement.
Oh yeah, dude. No, that's we're gonna prep you for later in life when you have therapy when this comes up. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I don't think I was ready to ever tell that.
Wow. Porcelain dolls are awful. Yeah. Puppets are worse, I think.
A lot of stuff makes sense now, actually.
I do feel like
it really does.
I do feel like puppets are worse though.
Puppets are worse than porcelain dolls?
I think so.
I think you're more likely to end up in a place with a bunch of dolls than you are puppets.
Well, porcelain dolls, yeah.
You know,
I think porcelain dolls, you have a very old grandmother that passed.
Yeah.
Puppets, I think you're in a different situation. So,
Puppeteers are a different vibe entirely.
Yeah. I used to do home inspections, and one time I went to go inspect a home for a buddy of mine, and they were like, "Just wait till you go to the garage," and I was like, "All right."
Oh, that's never good.
That's a statement that can never be.
And I go to the garage, and the garage is huge. It's like a 4 or 5 car garage, right? And I walk in, and there's like this weird, like, it's a stage, but the stage starts here, and the top is like here. It's a puppet stage.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah. And there's seats. And there's seats in the garage.
Oh, there's an audience? Okay.
Why?
So you're
the woman that lived there prior, before she passed, was a puppeteer. She had a puppet show. She had a puppet show theater in her garage. And then
I'm sorry, I just turned to look, and it was like, rising from the depths.
The Austin Powers. I think I'll take the stairs.
I'm gonna take the escalator.
Yeah.
Maybe this canoe. What's up, guys? Are you a fan of Bacon Is My Podcast? And you're like, where can I find more stuff?
Well, we've got the site for you at baconismypodcast.com. That's where you can find literally everything. It's the portal to his stuff, my stuff, and our stuff, including Bacon's My Fashion.
You can find t-shirts, you can find hats, you can find all kinds of stuff to put on your body parts. You can also check out all of our awesome sponsors, get discounts. We always have the most recent and the best prices for you. And check it out also over at patreon.com/
Bacon Is My Podcast. Never changing.
Never changing. Find us at baconismypodcast.com. Thanks for checking it out, guys. And remember to ask yourselves,
what's your bacon?
World peace.
I am tempted to tell you the story about the time me and Jake made we weren't aware that we were making a kill room like Dexter. And we had these girls coming over to take promo photos, and we had this studio in this like big musicians like studio rehearsal space. And we were doing blood photos, so we put plastic lining all over the walls and everything so it didn't get covered in it. But when it was the first time meeting them.
So
it was full on Dexter.
Absolutely.
I loosely knew this great professional photographer in Cleveland. I was like, yeah, this is my idea. Let's do this. What we ended up doing was even weirder, but we had like a rehearsal space, and we're like, all right, let's do the whole, because we were like a metalcore band at the time, and
She didn't walk in the room. Put it that way.
Yeah, it just fit the bill. And then she walks in and there's plastic everywhere.
She goes,
and it just
I think
looks
there's
like
another location we can shoot.
It looks like a murder room, and we're like, you know what? Looking on the outside, this looks crazy.
Yeah, it looked absolutely wild.
But
I wouldn't be invited here either. This is I got you.
But you know what? She took us to an abandoned warehouse.
Yeah,
and
20-degree
it
weather.
was it was actually
Isn't
like
it always?
And it was roped off or like chained off that you couldn't go into, so we had to go like sneak real quick. But it was like 10 degrees outside, and they splashed. It was like fake blood with like
laundry
detergent. I think it was like some kind of syrup to make it like thicker, and like food coloring and stuff, and that was on us. And then we had to drive home in that. So
just freezing.
We were driving in Cleveland on the highway,
covered
and people were looking over, and I was like, "What's everybody looking at?" It's so weird.
Yeah, we just had blood on our face and on our clothes. I immediately was like, do not pour that over my head.
I had black hair at the time, and it was completely just red, all of it. It was just so gooey and nasty.
Our guitarist got in his eyes. He was like, I can't see.
He's crying in the back. I can't see.
We suffer for our art.
Yes.
That's what we do.
The photos were cool.
That's right. The photos were
cool. That's all that matters.
I bet the photos were awesome. Yeah.
That is all that matters.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, now is the part where we get to ask you guys the most important question.
Yeah.
There is, right?
Yeah.
And you can answer it. You should answer it separately.
Yep. Okay.
Let's talk at
Unless it's the same thing.
Unless you have the same bacon, which is
we're gonna talk at the same time.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Jake, I got you. Andrew, you got Jimmy.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but what is your bacon?
I like talking about the universe, all of the existential crisis stuff that we have. We talk about it forever in the van, like when everybody's asleep and it's just Andrew and I up driving after shows. We just talk about like space, multi-dimensional stuff, and like we get through like hours and hours of drives through that stuff. But I like to see what people think, like the whole religious thing, and like whatever people think and what they have however many years they're old, what brought them to where they're at, and what their meaning of life is, kind of deal. But I love that, talking about that with anybody.
Well, so what's yours? I love that conversation too. Like I love those conversations with people where you find out like, okay, why do you think this way, and what brought you to these belief systems, and what did you throw away to get to this,
right?
And why did you throw it away, and what did you pick up on the way? Like,
right.
What's your meaning of life?
Experience. So
yeah.
I think that's the number one thing. I don't think it's nothing in life is either good or bad. It just kind of is. There's a reason. So there's the whole like Chinese farmer story where, are you guys familiar? Do I have to tell you the story?
Tell because there's people listening.
Yeah.
So I had this discussion with my dad, and my dad and I have a lot of like talks like this. But so there's a farmer, and his horse runs away, and the townspeople go, "Oh, what a travesty!" And he goes, "Maybe, perhaps." And then the townspeople find the horse, and it's with a whole bunch of other horses, and they bring it back, and now the farmer has all these horses, and they're like, "Oh, it's such a blessing. You're so lucky." And he goes, "Maybe, perhaps." And then his son's riding the horse one day, and then he falls off the horse and breaks his leg, and they go, "Oh, what a travesty. This is terrible." And he goes, "Maybe, perhaps." And then the next day, the like Army Rangers come by to take him and draft him into the war, but they can't take him because he has a broken leg, and they go, "Oh, you're so lucky." And it just keeps going and stuff like that. So nothing is good nor bad. It just kind of is. And it's just how, like, whatever they say, it's 90% of life is how you take it, and then 10% is what happens or whatever. So
I always think that everything that's happening is like, it's good to kind of live in the moment and really experience whatever you're in and take everything from it, because whatever you can't tell what's going to come after it. So you just have to kind of learn whatever lessons you can learn in the moment, so that whatever comes after it, you can pivot and work with and kind of deal with, and then be in that moment. And then, you know, it's just a collection of moments over and over and over again.
There's an unforeseen lesson in everything that it just took a long time to figure it out and learn, but something happens for a reason. And it's cool to kind of trail back. Like I talk to him all the time about it, like especially our like musical career, like, oh, we didn't get this didn't happen, this tour fell through, this this album did this or whatever, and I kind of trace it back to, oh, okay, like it kind of makes sense, because we would have been stuck with people we didn't like that were against us, costing us a lot more money and doing nothing, you know. So
yeah, I think it's really important to like that's one thing that I've always kind of taken from like the breakup of a band or whatever. It's just like, every time you start over, you like, by the time you're ready to launch, it's better than what was before it, because you've messed up enough, you know. Like, we've all sold hundreds and hundreds of tickets to battles of the bands. Like, we just had to do it.
Right.
We had to do it. But you know what? We got to a point where we were like, you know what? This doesn't really work. Let's not do that anymore, you know? Yeah. But if we hadn't done that, we wouldn't be where we're at.
Well, I like the idea also, because for me, I always, you know, I joke about, like, you know, time's a construct. I like, so you talk to somebody and you're like, hey, if you could start over with all the information that you have right now, would you? And people inevitably are always like, absolutely, I would. Like, that's how I would want to start over. But really, you get to all the time. Yeah. Like, every time something new happens, you're starting over with all the information that you've gathered, you know. And as long as you're looking at it from that perspective, and you're not looking at it like, what have I lost, or how much time have I spent, or how old am I, or where am I in life, and all that kind of stuff. If you're just looking at the moment going, hey, this is the new thing, cool, I'm starting this better off than I was the last time I started this. Absolutely. So it gets to go a different way, and it's always just kind of like forging a new path forward. And there's a million paths to get to wherever you want to go. You know, there are no wrong turns, there are merely alternate routes.
I agree.
You know? you have to be like water, you know, just always flowing, whatever happens.
The Tao of Pooh. If you haven't read it and you're a reader, I recommend the Tao of Pooh. Yep. It's a great book, and it changed my life. And the whole like be like the water thing. This
is the second time I've heard this today, by the way.
Oh, really?
The whole be like water thing.
Be like water.
No, it's real.
It is. Water always gets where it's going.
Bruce Lee gets it,
and it just figures out the way. You know what I mean? Yep. And it path of least resistance. And we were talking about that earlier with common sense. Is just like, it's usually the simplest reason, and the simplest path, and the path of least resistance. And as long as you're open to finding it and then changing your mind, and you're not like, it has to be this way, and there's only this, you know.
Yeah, you try to fight
that. Exactly. So I'm glad you said that. Expectation is the thief of all joy is a motto that I live by. So I used to always just, it had to be like this. It has to be this. If it's not this, it's not. I didn't succeed, and it's not. But you get that, and if you're like, it doesn't need to be in this bow, it doesn't need to be in this kind of box, it can kind of be whatever. Life is so much better when you're like, you finally get something, but it's not what you thought you were going to get or how you wanted to get it, but you got it.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
I agree a lot with that. And also, like, I love the way that you like brought up this stuff. I kind of came to a realization over the past couple of months where it's like, in terms of like religion, or even like organized religion, I'm not a big fan of, but like philosophies and beliefs of Eastern society, I definitely have more appreciation for than Western culture. Like,
I can get behind that.
Well, there's certain ways where you can look at it and go, this feels like control, and this feels like
absolutely,
a path.
That's a whole nother interview
podcast. It's great. I feel like we have similar bacons, because that's one of mine as well, and so I love that. Like I could we could do a whole.
I think no matter what you believe in, I think it's like the words, the names and the words are all interchangeable with like the universe. So like everything and all things is the universe or God or anything like that. I think people are just trying to get by, man, and I don't know if I really can't tell you what to believe or how to believe or anything, and I wouldn't want to. Everybody's trying to figure it out, and I don't condemn people for what they do or who they vote for or anything like that. And that's
if what you believe in what you do makes you a better person, then I'm for it.
Agreed. Yeah.
If it makes you a worse person, then I'm not for it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but under those parameters, have at it.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Well, Andrew, what about you, man?
Yeah.
Mine's a lot less.
He's like, I like apples.
Big.
They're so cool.
Mine's simple. I mean, like, for me, it does go deeper than, like, I would say it's music, just drums. Like, I probably drum 60 hours a week. It's not necessarily just for practice or, like, to maintain. It's, like, it's a little bit of my therapy. It's, like, venting for me. It's
as an outlet.
It's a little bit of everything. Yeah. I use that.
It's cardio, a lifestyle, and a hobby all wrapped into one.
It keeps a little bit of everything for me.
Sure.
And it's always just been kind of my obsession. And I like talking music, like music facts, little things like that. I like learning stuff like that and talking with people about different bands and seeing what they like for music. Because I like, I mentioned like Jewel. I like a ton of different stuff. So it's not just ever like necessarily what we do. People might not think what I like based off what we do, but yeah.
What would people be surprised about that you like?
I don't know about surprise. We listen to a lot of like early 2000s pop.
Keith Moon,
it's a great time for pop. It's a great time for pop.
60s pop, like like we said, like Jewel. I'll listen to Seal. I listen to
nice.
Pretty much anything from that era, or earlier 80s. I'm big into 80s hair metal. I'm big into like 70s. I grew up. My dad was big into like 60s and 70s. 80s was more like Billy Joel, like kind of stuff. Michael Stanley band. My stepfather was big like 80s hair metal, so I got that from him. Some of the 90s, and then my mom kind of liked everything throughout those eras. So I got a little bit of everything. The most surprising, I don't think there's anything really surprising. It's just everything, pretty much anything and everything, but not, nothing before like Elvis, I would say.
Gotcha. Right.
I got a fun Jewel story.
Okay.
Because I too enjoyed Jewel quite a bit. Oh yeah. And I went to go see her at a venue. It was after the record that Hands was on. It was like right after that one. And she went out on this like small club acoustic tour. Yeah. And it happened to be one of the like a national venue that I used to frequent and play a lot. And I got comped into it because it sold out like crazy. So I got comped in and I was like, oh man, I'm so excited. I get to see Jewel in this like 350 cap room. Like that's crazy. That's so cool. Yeah. And I'm standing there and she's playing these songs from like her latest record. And you could tell that everybody in front of me was just kind of like, okay, well, Jewel's here. We want to hear all the other stuff.
Of course, yeah.
And you like it's her and an acoustic guitar. She doesn't have a full band on stage or anything like that. And she's playing a song and she stops. And she points the people out and she goes, "You guys, what are you talking about?" And like they yell something to her and she's like, "Okay, well, if you want to talk about that like away from here."
Yeah.
Because there's people that actually want to see me here. If you're here for the hits, like come back a little later.
Yeah,
because I'll play some of them. But I have a new record coming out, and if you're not here to like listen to my new record, like go to the fucking back.
Yeah. For sure.
because I'm playing my stuff,
I love that.
and then I'll play some of the hits later on. Maybe
Yeah.
less now
Smart,
because
man.
of you, but
Right.
and it was like, damn, so cool, so hot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, she bet on herself against the record labels and made like $250 million off her first record.
Yeah.
They all were like, yeah, you can take it on the back end, and she bet on herself and made like the most money out of anybody had made at the time, like just betting on herself, you know. And then her mom stole $150 million from her, but wild.
Family, right?
Well, that's what sleeping in cars does for you, you know. It's like go sleep in a car. By the way, skimming off 150 mil.
Yeah, all she asked for was $2,500 a month for rent, basically as an advance, and everything else was on the back end.
It's wild.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
She's legit.
She really is. Yeah. And she rewrote a school curriculum. Like now that's what she does. She like works with schools in like Ohio, New York City actually. She like rewrote the like New York City whatever school's curriculum or something like crazy. She really is like a really brilliant woman.
I feel like that like the era that she would kind of came up in for there was a lot of like really creative songwriters that were happening at that time.
That was like the Lilith Fair era.
Was there, and like I recently saw Alanis, and like I'm like tearing up through half her show.
Yeah,
it's like so good, and I'm like I remember all this. And,
I was supposed to go to that show in Ohio at Blossom. See that show, but I had to leave to go on tour and stuff. But
dude, she's so good. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
How good
Taylor
her voice is. And,
drummer.
Her and like Tori Amos.
Yeah,
like there was this group that came up of like these incredibly like these female musicians,
10,000 Maniacs too.
That were like everything you know and you think you know about like women pop songwriters is about to just be thrown away. And you're about to get some real shit.
They were like 90s pop Joni Mitchells. Like they were like
exactly.
Yeah. I'll throw on some Paula Abdul sometimes and play like a drum cover to like, you know, that kind of stuff. A bunch of different like pop like that, you know. Kind of take the pop post-punk mentality.
Opposites attract, man. That's how rules.
That song is great. That song is great. I really want to hear a really great cover of Straight Up.
Oh, that's what I do all the time in the house. And like I'll pitch stuff after I play like covers to myself, like on my YouTube or whatever. I'll come and be like, dude, I played this the other day. We could kill this, because I'll have like a structure for it. And then sometimes they take, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't fit the whole, you know, image and whatever. But we've gotten some ideas from it.
Yeah. Well, that's being part of a band. Yeah. Like the group chat is always like somebody hears something, and you're like, dude, we should cover this.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a cover snob. I think actually that might fall under that.
A little. You're pretty open though. Like,
well, I love that you guys choose. It's something that I tried to do in my band too. Was I never want to cover something. I always want to remake it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And one of the easiest ways to start thinking of it differently is to pick a song for me that's like a female song.
Absolutely. Well,
right?
his voice lends to that.
His voice does too.
That's one of the things that, like, when I saw that you guys did Halsey, when I saw you guys did Chaperone, we did Britney Spears, and we did Pat Benatar, and
that's great. I wanted to like Genie in a Bottle, but we didn't. But we typically stick with pop because the formula for pop and the structure is so easy to alter and similar.
We have our own like little system of doing stuff. Like I just answered like an interview about like Pink Pony Club, whatever. Like a female has to sing it because it just kind of is. It's just the range and where. But it really, like, every once in a while, I don't really like songs. I really don't. Like, I don't like music all that much. It just every once in a while something will hit me and I'm like, damn, I don't know what it is, but like we covered Just Dance. That's in my opinion the best pop song ever written. For whatever reason, that's the best pop song. And
it's a good one. You guys have a great version of it too. I heard it. I actually heard it on my way here. Because it popped on because I was listening to you already, and it popped on. And I was like, oh man, I didn't even realize this was one of them.
Well, so it just something catches you, and you're just like whatever it is about that song, I heard it. And I heard it a couple times, and I'm like, oh, okay, like I see the appeal, I like it. And then for some reason, I'm like, oh, this is the only song I'm going to listen to for 2 months.
Right.
And I was moving to Nashville while it was coming out, and I was like, oh, so the whole car ride and stuff back and forth. I was like, we got to do it. So that was the first song I did when I moved here. So
That's awesome.
Do you vibe with a song based on production, tone, hook, or do you hone in on the lyrics? Like, what is it that kind of grabs you?
Hook guy. I'm definitely a lyrics and delivery guy.
Mhm.
So the music's okay because the music is going to be whatever it is. It has to be able to carry whatever the vocals are saying.
Right.
But if you say the right thing in the right way, that's kind of my. If it has the right message and stuff, like Pink Pony Club, like Chapel Run's talking about like moving away and following your dreams and all that stuff, and like you end up not doing what everybody wants you to do, kind of deal, and it just is it was cool. I don't know, that touched me for some reason. So
and I need a big hook.
Yeah,
that's what it's about. Like I saw
AF. That's
I saw a quote from you that was, I would like to write the script for confidence so people can play the part, which I thought was so cool, because I like, whenever I think about like lyric writing, or whenever I think about songwriting, it's always kind of the idea of how am I communicating this, right, and how am I delivering this in a way that's genuine, that's direct, so that even if people don't understand what I'm saying immediately the first time, they understand what I mean from how it's happening. So I love that, right? Because that's why we all do this, like, because songs changed our lives, and you know,
absolutely.
That quote, like, I wish I had more time to like
elaborate.
This is what it, like, the deeper meaning of that. But I've always been like, I don't want to knock any bands at all, but everybody gets on stage and they're like, oh, I want to talk about like depression, anxiety that I have, and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, we've talked about it. Like, what are we doing now for it? And I like to write. It's almost like self-conditioning. If you say something enough, it becomes true to yourself. So I want to write, or I do write lyrics that I think it's the script for like just confidence and who you want to be. And if you just listen to the songs, or if you tell yourself those lyrics, they're all super cocky and super confident and super like, I'm the best thing to ever exist ever. But it's not necessarily me saying that. It's, if you're listening to the songs, you usually put yourself in that position, and then that'll just condition you to be like, oh, maybe I am awesome. Maybe I don't need to be so sad about whatever, and maybe I can kick this anxiety, I can kick this depression thing going on, and maybe I need to start telling myself something better instead of listening to the same songs that make you sad, that you attach to. You're like, oh, this is how I feel. Like you gravitate to the artist that's saying what you feel. But I think we're in the second part of that. Okay, we talked about it. We connected with it, but now we need to start that like healing process. What are we going to do now?
How do we get out?
I think
out of it.
Because the catharsis of writing a song about a shitty moment or whatever, like, that's super important. But I do love that like at the end there's always like hope. There's always resolve of some sort. Like, I think that's really important. I think that's really, really fucking cool.
I agree. That's one thing that stuck out to me too, and I appreciate that from a songwriting perspective of like, you can talk about being there, but if you're only talking about being there, then you're encouraging people to stay there.
I'm glad that you brought that quote up, but that's what I meant by like, I want to write the script, and then you are the actor. You do it. You go and do it. I just wrote the words down, and you play the part now.
That's what I loved about it. That's what stuck out to me about it. So
I love that. That's 100%. So cool. That's really, really awesome. I mean, where do we go from there?
Well, we've taken up like an hour of their time, so we probably go home. we probably go home from there.
Guys, thank you for hanging out and joining us and doing this with us. Before we head out here, let everybody know where they can find everything Morning and May?
All the socials, all the things.
So you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Pandora, Amazon, whatever you guys got. Just type in Morning in May, and we should pop up and be there. If we don't, then some systems are rigged.
Morning in May.
IG Morning in May OH. Something weird with our Facebook right now is being it's compromised.
Yeah,
it was hacked. Whatever. So we're getting it back.
Yeah, we're in the process.
But everything else is fine. TikTok's a good thing if you want to see us do stupid stuff. But
if you're 75 and still on Facebook, go ahead and try and find it.
Right.
Just know we're getting
we don't
back.
in a few days.
We don't even use it. Whatever.
Yeah, TikTok Morning in May.
Or like Instagram, TikTok. You'll see us. Spotify. Listen to Pink Pony Club. All that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you like them, tell your friend, tell your mom, tell your dog.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Oh my God.
They shut off lights.
And scene.
And scene. And always remember to ask yourself one super important question, guys. Do you remember what that super important question is?
What's your bacon?
What's your bacon?
Yes.
Damn right.